Escucha Fantasy Deporte. Gracias.
Fantasy Deporte, escucha, manda Fantasy Deporte. Fantasy Deporte, escucha.
Sí. Ja. Me siento listo para escuchar, para reír, para triviar, porque te hablamos en español y te ponemos a ganar en esto de fantasy. Tú llegarás bien lejos cada semana. Te premiamos con nuevos consejos. DJ Casey, JP, el Manny, un placer. Tito Catch, Walker Milta, también rendimiento notable que te impactó el puntaje. Te dijimos que venía con una azul de ese día. Oye, esta regalía que no se da todos los días. 5 touchdowns y 2 fueron de ella corrida. Síguenos, yo, por los medios. Y no sea un promedio. Pasa.
All right. So, muy buenas and welcome to a show that we usually just say random stuff in Spanish. Welcome to Fantasy Deporte. This is the Super Bowl special directly en vivo y a todo color desde el Woodmoor Market. This is episode number... Mira, muchachito.
Our fans are going crazy here.
Episode number 133 here directly desde Woodmoor Market. Aquí tu servidor, Manny Donate. And next to me, mi codelincuente, the only man that breathes underneath the water, LJP.
Thank you. This is a really special episode that we're doing. Super Bowl special. We're doing it live here at our favorite place where we come to get the best brews. We're really happy to be here, to be able to do this and share with everybody else. We got a great episode. We got some great bets that you got to listen to here for the Super Bowl. You don't want to miss those. And honestly, we're here to have fun and talk some football. It's been a while, man. It's been a while since we spoke some football, Manny.
It is. And we got an interesting show. This is a very big game coming up here on Sunday. And we got some interesting facts about the game and, defense on the offense, Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady.
Amazing one.
Just before we begin the actual episode, so which team do you wanna talk about? Which team do you wanna defend?
You know what? I gotta go with the coach that got away from me, man. He's like that girl that got away, Andy Reid. I gotta go with KC, man. I gotta go with KC.
All right. Then that's a good thing because I am definitely going with the Mr. Tom Brady.
You know what, Manny? It is a special Super Bowl. Usually we have a team that might be like a slight underdog or a big underdog. This is really the two best quarterbacks, the two best teams, the best offenses, defenses. It's going to be an amazing game. I can't wait for it, and it really is going to be a close one. And I just can't wait, man. I'm super pumped for this.
Super pumped. And we're going to get you ready for it. You can just come by here if you live around the Silver Spring area. This is the Woodmoor Market. Here you can see behind us. There's all kinds of brews. Yeah, we got our best fan right here. He's showing you what you have. A lot of local breweries around the area of the DMV, and the Woodmoor Market has done a great job just getting dark craft brews and getting all kinds of local refreshments that you'll definitely need for this Super Bowl all coming Sunday.
Absolutely.
So let's get it started, man. Let's go.
Let's get started, man. Let's get started.
So put me, like always,
Let's talk about the injuries. Let's talk about the injuries.
Go ahead.
We got to start talking with Kansas City. Le'Veon Bell, we know he's had his knee issue. We have two cornerbacks. That's going to be an issue, facing this Tom Brady and his receivers. Rashad Fenton, his foot. Snead also has a concussion that you got to pay attention to, see what's going to be going on. And Mr. Inconsistent, Mr. I come out once in a million years, Sammy Watkins. He might be ready to play for this game. He might just come out and play for this game. But news from this week that's really interesting you got to pay attention to is DeMarcus Robinson is on the reserve COVID list. They're monitoring it. We still don't know what's going to happen. And on Tampa Bay, the big news is Antonio Brown. He was listed as doubtful in the beginning of the week, now as questionable. He practiced, today. He's looking like he's going to play. and it's going to be interesting. Other than that, you got the safety Whitehead, also with a shoulder and knee that he's doubtful for the game. But it's the Super Bowl. You never know. These guys start a little bit banged up. They just take some Tylenol and go and play, because you only go to the Super Bowl maybe once. Maybe.
That is right. That is right.
But-
That's. I mean, when you are on your way and you got to the Super Bowl, you just hey, watch out, get out of the way, you little rascal. Ariel, get out of the way.
He's good, but Manny, you're right. When the Super Bowl is just once in a while, and you know what? If I was one of those players, I'd go with my favorite brew, Manny. You know why?
Why?
Because when it's the Super Bowl, I have my brew picked out. You talked about Woodmoor Market. I already picked out the beer I'm going to be drinking for the Super Bowl, and I got it right here. Look.
Okay. What is that?
I got the Tyreek Hill Special.
The Tyreek Hill Craft.
The Cheetah beer. I think I'm going to see him doing this during the Super Bowl a few times at least. What do you think, Manny? What do you think?
I think that's a good one, but it's definitely not going to be like my own right here. I got a special brew right here.
Which one's that?
It's called the Kevin Durant Brew. For all the people that knows out there, Kevin Durant has always been part of teams that are really that have already a lot of talent, and I believe that he joined just the Buccaneers just to be in the Super Bowl. Right here, the Kevin Durant craft beer. Get it?
Oh man, I like it. I like it. That's a secret weapon that they got for the game, right?
Definitely, man.
I like it a lot.
All right, so let's get on to the show, man.
Let's talk about football, man.
Let's talk about football. All right, let's start with the defense. So, let me get. Give me the first stab at this, because I'm telling you, the defense is one of the things that definitely makes this team very dangerous and made them what they are right now. So already I can tell you. So the divisional NFC game, what did they do to that legend Drew Brees? 3 interceptions.
Yes.
I mean, given that Drew Brees is already kind of like at the end of his career and whatnot, but still, he's Drew Brees. 3 interceptions. Okay, Drew Brees is old. What happened the next week? MVP candidate Aaron Rodgers. He threw for 48 touchdowns this year and only 4 interceptions.
Yep.
Rodgers only threw 6 interceptions during the whole year, and 3 of those were to Tampa Bay.
Oh my goodness.
So you're talking about already a legend and an MVP candidate went through this defense, and they both went, they didn't get good results. That's how much I love this defense. What about the Chiefs defense?
Let me borrow that, Manny. For whatever reason, the defense didn't even want to show up in my paper, in my sheet here. The other thing that's really good about the Tampa Bay defense, Manny, that is scary, is they are the #1 run defense. And they're going to be facing a team that, they've been banged up. Le'Veon Bell's not playing. The rookie Edwards, he's coming back, but we'll see. In terms of the defense for Kansas City, they weren't great. That's not what they're known for. But they have been stepping it up lately, Manny. They do something that's really interesting, a stat that is points expected per play, right?
Okay.
And that's basically each time the quarterback drops back, what's the probability that quarterback's going to score? And KC has been #1 through the playoffs in this stat in particular, especially last week. Well, not last week, but the last game in the championship AFC. Look what they did to Allen. He's a running quarterback that has an arm, and they shut it down. And it's not what they're known for, but I think this game they're gonna make Brady uncomfortable, because that's the only way they could really beat that Tampa Bay team. They got to make Brady uncomfortable, and that's the key to the game for that defense.
That is it. I don't know if they can do it, but I got a #1 fan right here. Come over here, sir. What is your name?
Eli.
So, Eli, who do you think is going to be winning the Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday? Los Bucaneros or los Chiefs?
Los Bucaneros.
Oh.
And why?
Because I think they're just going to be better in some way. And a few times when I'm playing next year and you're just watching the television, I watch it too a little bit. So
Great.
Okay.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. Hey, so when does it where the people can contact you or get you? You have any address they can get in contact with you?
you can go to YouTube, Donate Kids, and while you're at it, just subscribe and leave a like. And I'm gonna be doing like 6 new videos in like a few months.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to a special place.
Oh, good. I love
This
it.
guy
I
is
love
doing
it.
better-
I love
This
it.
guy is doing better than us,
Yeah.
on his YouTube channel.
He's
I'm telling
busy.
you.
He's busy.
He's busier than me.
I like it. Let's talk about the red zone defenses, man. That's another area that KC woke up recently. During the year they really struggled.
Yep.
They're basically worse than in the league. If you went into the red zone against Kansas City, you were going to score.
That's right.
Basically. But again, in the last few games, they've stepped it up. Last game against the Bills, 5 red zone visits. Only they limited that to 2 touchdowns. That's 40%. That's pretty decent. And if they wake up at the right time, they get hot at the right time. This is a team with experience and veterans there that they know how to get it done. So, they're not great, but they're stepping it up when it matters.
I agree. Let me see. Look at some stats that I have over here. So in the red zone defense, the Buccaneers are 63%. The Chiefs, 32nd, 76%. So out of all the stats that we have talked about the defense, leading up to the Super Bowl, this is the huge one. This is the one that I think can potentially make a big difference between these two teams. The red zone. But that leading up to the offense. Let's talk about the offense a little bit. man.
I mean, this is what everybody wants to see in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
this is what everyone wants, and we all see what Mahomes has done throughout the year, and what his staff behind him. But Brady has arguably 3 number 1 wide receivers. 3.
Yes.
We're talking about Mike Evans. We're talking about Chris Godwin. We're talking about Antonio Brown. You see? All right. I'll see you later, little dude.
He told you guys to remember to look him
Please.
up on YouTube. Don't forget. Don't not the kids.
Smash that like button. So, all right. Adios.
Adios.
So, hey, did you sign up for the Super Bowl squares? All right. You're good to go then. So, arguably 3 number 1 wide receivers, right? And, everyone is forgetting about those other guys that, you haven't seen every week in and out. But, we're talking about Scotty Miller, that he arguably stepped up when Bruce Arians called him to do, just random plays. You got Tyler Johnson, which... he's an excellent route running wide receiver, and he is available there with very, very sticky hands. And man, by the way, there's this other guy named Johnson Kidd. Have you heard about him?
No, man, no. Tell me about him.
So look at this crazy stat. He caught just 12 passes for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns during the regular season. He's the former 3-time first-team All-Big Ten wideout.
Oh,
and
wow.
The guy definitely has a bright future in the league, but he's out there. I mean, people are forgetting that there's only these 3 number 1s plus there's 3 more behind them that, if you fall asleep, man, they can get you, they can surprise you. So, I mean, talk to me about the wide receivers. It seems
Listen, Tyreek Hill. That's all I gotta say.
That's
The man's amazing. He's one of the fastest wide receivers I can remember ever seeing on the field. And then there's this other guy. I don't know, Travis Kelce, that somehow put up this year wide receiver, running back, fantasy type points. top 5 this year. He's still doing it in the playoffs. Last 6 games, over 5 games with 100 yards. I mean, the guy's just killing it. And then out of nowhere, you have Marcus Hardman now running all over the place like we saw against the Bills. Tampa Bay's going to have their hands full. And, you never know. Sammy Watkins, he might actually wake up, take some coffee, and show up for this game.
Who that?
So it's definitely, show say hi to Facebook. But it's definitely what I'm interested in this offense seeing if the rookie, this rookie, it's amazing. Last year he was playing in the national championship game in college. 1 year later he's playing in the Super Bowl. He showed up big in that game. I don't know why he wouldn't he's going against the number 1 defense against running backs in the league. But he's going to have at least one big play.
Gotcha.
The guy's dynamic. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. And he's now coming back healthy.
Well, I mean, you're talking about tight ends now. Well, let me talk about tight ends.
Oh, yeah.
Rob Gronkowski and Cameron Braid.
Gronk.
Like, how reliable are these guys?
Oh, yeah.
Right? How, look at Gronkowski hands, man. They're like the size of my head. This guy is amazing. I mean, he's not the athlete that we're used to seeing, back when he was in the Patriots. Now he's more into the porn side kind of deal than a football player. But but still, check it out. Gronk put up, so in week 12, which we're going to talk about later, against the Kansas City Chiefs, he put in 6 passes. He caught 6 passes for 106 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So you add that to the fact that now he is in his Super Bowl number 6 with the same quarterback. So there's already an established chemistry between those two. And if we go deep into the stats here, so these guys that played, in 6 Super Bowls, he caught 6 of 7 targets and 87 yards against the Rams in their Super Bowl. And then 116 yards and 2 touchdowns against, those I don't know, what it says over there, the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, they won that game, right?
whatever. So, it's what we have spoken about here. The only thing that I can see, like, Tampa Bay actually getting a little bit ahead is like the defense side of the ball. But because the offense it's pretty even.
Manny, and experience counts for something. Can you believe this is Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl?
Oh my God.
Some players don't even get to play 10 seasons in the NFL. This is his 10th Super Bowl. It's just absolutely
not only
amazing.
that, the 10th Super Bowl, and he's gonna have it in his backyard.
And the first time
ever
that a team gets to host the home field advantage in the Super Bowl. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
I mean,
man.
this guy is just incredible. But look at this. Let's talk about the red zone offense.
Yes.
So the Buccaneers have scored touchdowns on 68% of the red zone appearances in the regular season. You know how many interceptions Tom Brady has thrown in the red zone?
How many, Manny?
Nada, niente, cero, dona.
That's old man experience right there, man.
There you go, man. Like when you're talking about someone reliable,
Yeah.
when he gets to the red zone, it's the name should be Tom Brady. Like
Absolutely.
they should change like the name in the dictionary of reliable to actually, Tom Brady, man.
Absolutely. And the Chiefs aren't half bad either. They're 10th in the NFL. A lot of their plays also, some of them, because they're not excellent in the red zone, a lot of their plays come from big plays. We know Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. But, there's going to be points in this game. There's going to be points.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. And, if you look at back, so let's take a time machine and let's get in it and let's go and revisit the times that Tom Brady and Mr. Patrick Mahomes had got together. I mean, this is the hottest topic of the Super Bowl. I mean, this is the past versus the future hype. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
these two guys going against each other. So in October 14 of 2018 is week 6. The Patriots defeated the Chiefs 43-40.
Wow.
And in this game, Tom Brady threw for 340 yards and 1 touchdown. So Mahomes throwing 352 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So if you look at, passing yards, they're kind of even. Mahomes definitely took it to another level with, 4 touchdowns thrown on that game.
Yeah.
But
the 2 picks didn't help him.
yeah, and definitely 43-40, that's going to hurt you. Now, the next game was in January 20 of 2019. All of you fans out there, you guys remember what this game was about. This was the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Patriots defeated the Chiefs 37-31, and Tom Brady threw for sorry. This is not 37-31 in overtime. Tom Brady threw 348
Wow.
yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So it took Tom Brady to get there in overtime, and to like go through the Kansas City's exhausted defense right at the end of the game to give the ball to, he went 75 yards to give the ball to, what is that guy named? Rex Burkhead? Who that? to 2-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So, Patrick Mahomes didn't have a bad game at all. He finished with 295 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's right.
Oh.
And then, you had week 14 in 2019. That's another game that,
Right.
Tom Brady didn't look great in that game, but the Chiefs did win that one 23-16. Mahomes did, he did. Actually, that was a rough game. I think there was bad weather because Brady in that game only had 1 touchdown, 1 INT. So did Mahomes, and it was a low scoring game.
Right.
But, if you want to compare apples to apples, you got to look at what happened this year. And this year, the Bucks visited KC. Now KC's visiting them.
That's right.
And, that game, Brady finished with 345 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. And the final score, Chiefs won that game 27-24. Mahomes, 462 yards, 3 touchdowns. 269 of those yards went to the cheetah, Tyreek Hill.
Oh,
But
God.
I got to tell you, Manny, honestly, that 27-24 score is a little bit misleading. First of all, the game started 17-0. And this is a game where if you go back and watch the second half, it's a game really that Kansas City let the foot off the gas for a little bit. They took it a little bit easy, and, Brady took advantage of it, and they almost came back and beat them. So that's definitely something that the Chiefs are going to remember. You can never let Tom Brady back into a game. He'll take it to you until the very, very end. So it was a good game, but the score did lie a little bit. But that score is key in what we're going to talk about. The main bet that we have, the main bet fantasy deportes, betting the house on. So listen to the end when we talk about it, because it has to do with this
Is
score.
it guaranteed? Guaranteed
It's a
money?
lock. It's a lock.
It's a lock. I don't want any angry listeners, hating us. No, I'm kidding. So, what you said, the Tom Brady coming back, so brings me to this important fact that the big play capability
Yes.
is big for these two teams. So when you talk about the Buccaneers, they're
Come on in, man. Come on in. We got the Ramon. We got last week's host here visiting Fantasy Deporte.
Yo, I gotta say, man, this guy right here, señor, say hi right here. This is Ramon Labrador, and yo, I'm gonna make the most out of this opportunity because this guy has helped us
Yes.
day in, day out since we started. So we want to honor you with a Fantasy Deporte shirt.
Look at this.
We want to get you a Fantasy Deporte hat. I forgot the underwear, the Fantasy Deporte underwear. So, you know.
I just came here to get my beer. I'll listen to you guys. Keep going. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you.
I think man, you know, he's everywhere, dude. I think there's like 3 of him.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know, when we talk about the big play capabilities, you got the Buccaneers with 76 plays for 20 plus yards. And for 76 plays, 24 yards, 20 plus yards, and 14 plays for 40 plus
Wow.
yards.
Wow.
So, and the Chiefs actually are very, very similar to it with 79 plays, 20 plus yards, 8 plays of 40 plus yards. So these two teams are very, very well balanced between each other when it comes to like big play capability. And, you know, it's just what the wide receiver corps of these teams
No,
is just
it's-
insane, you know. When Tyreek Hill just decides to just go, it's not a lot of defenses can catch up to him.
No, and this is what people want to see. This is what the fans are going to want to see. They're going to see big plays. We expect big plays. That's actually one of the prop bets, that the first play of the game is going to be over 5 yards. I think that's a good bet.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so, man. First
Okay.
play of the game is definitely going to be over 5 yards.
You know, what do you think about a safety? Just put $20 in it and win safety the first play. Remember that?
Pay the mortgage for that month.
So, talking about the two quarterbacks still, let's see how they face each other let's see how they are in the first 53 games of their career. So,
Yes.
we got Patrick Mahomes, right? 1 Super Bowl win and no losses. 44-9 in wins and losses.
Good record.
31 points per game, 305 pass per game, and his touchdown to interception ratio is 131-26. So you give me Tom Brady, in the first 53 starts, 2 Super Bowl wins, no losses, 41 wins, 12 losses, 23 points per game, 224 passing yards per game, 78 touchdowns, 42 interceptions. So what this tells me, Patrick Mahomes is actually ahead of Tom Brady statistically in the first 53 games of his career, which is amazing, you know.
It's amazing.
Who knows where this guy is going to get here down the road, you know, 10 years from now. Tom Brady has 1 more Super Bowl than him, so you know that kind of it's.
Well, that's
give
what it
him a
matters,
little
right?
bit, just give him a little bit of a head of you know up front there, but you know they're Patrick Mahomes is just walking a path right now that if he keeps it up, if he can sustain these numbers, he arguably gonna be one of the best all time by the end of his career.
Well, that's what they paid him for. They paid him $500 million for that very reason, because that's what they expect out of him. You know, the stats are amazing. The only thing I'll say in Brady's defense in this stat is when Brady started playing, 20 years ago, the NFL was much different. It wasn't as pass happy, receiver friendly, penalty friendly in favor of receivers and quarterbacks as they are now. So who knows? It's kind of that argument. It's like, well, if LeBron James played in the 80s and 90s, would he be the player that he is? The way with that style.
Now
I didn't mean to open that can of
Now
worms
you're getting
tonight.
into another. Oh my God.
But
God.
Brady did start at a different era. It's more, more defense, more running backs, taking care of the ball. But still, 2 Super Bowls. That's amazing.
2 Super Bowls.
To start off.
53.
Not a bad way to start your career.
That's right. I got my man, Mr. Kevin Reed, right here, sir.
Pleasure listening to baseball broadcasters,
Talking about football.
professional football broadcasters.
Hey.
Hone and master their skills on a variety of sports.
Absolutely, and even though, I said the disclaimer at the beginning of the whole podcast, my English is not very good looking. So if you're listening to me out there and you're listening to me out there and you heard something that you say is wrong, please, that's a disclaimer at the beginning.
With the mask on, you and Joel have a face for radio.
With the mascot.
Mascot.
Thank you for the compliment. Keep listening to Fantasy Deporte. We're better just to be heard as a podcast, not live.
Oh, man,
Well, I
love it,
mean,
love
if we're talking about, someone that didn't look good while they were doing what they, when they started their career, let's talk about Tom Brady's combine picture.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if anyone out there hasn't seen Tom Brady's combine picture, just stop what you're doing, research Tom Brady combine picture, and you'll see what he looked like, because
yeah, it's amazing.
Terrible,
I
man.
didn't think you could
Terrible.
have a dad body when you're 21 years old, but Tom Brady somehow was able to get a dad bod at 21.
check it out. So, in the combine, Tom Brady, he had a 5.28 second on the 40-yard dash, which was the second slowest.
I think he stopped to tie his shoes when he was doing the 40-yard dash.
I'm another running back. Check out what the scout said when Tom Brady finished his combine. Poor build, skinny, lacks great physical
Stature and strength.
lacks mobility and ability to avoid the rush, lacks a really strong arm, can't drive the ball downfield, does not throw a really tight spiral, system type player who can get exposed if forced to
To ad-lib, to
To
improvise.
ad-lib.
Yeah.
gets knocked down easily.
Man.
I mean, that's what they said of him before he even stepped into the NFL.
That's amazing.
Can
That's
you
amazing.
believe it? Can you believe it?
I mean, listen, you can't say the same about Mahomes. He had an amazing combine, 4.8 in the 40. His stats were off the board, and he just let everybody with the jaw drop with an 80-yard pass. He threw an 80-yard pass at the combine, just showing his arm strength. So, it's pretty amazing, but that's what goes to show you, just developing your craft, having an amazing quarterback behind you. Not quarterback, I'm sorry, coach. You got to show this to people, man. That's just beautiful. Look at that.
So this is how these guys compare right here. See this? Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. This is how his picture.
I don't know,
Alright,
man.
people.
I think Tom Brady tried to talk himself out of taking that picture. He's like, "Do you really got to take this picture, man? You don't need to see this."
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
He tried to get his agent to talk the people out of that.
Oh my God, man. He looks like. Ugh.
I'm telling you. But you know what? That's a combine. But you know what? These guys do more than they just quarterback and play football. Here's an interesting thing that I like. Our little pastime, how we get away to relieve some stress, golf. Brady's not a half bad golfer, man. He's got an 8 handicap, which is pretty amazing. And I remember seeing Mahomes over the summer playing with Kelsey.
Yeah.
He played in that celebrity pro-am. And, he has a 14 handicap. That's really, really decent. I mean, he's shooting in the 80s.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And,
That's why he got the wet willy.
Yep. Oh, man.
Good times.
Another thing, man, cars.
The cars. You want to talk about the cars?
If you had to guess, Manny, who do you think would have better taste in cars? Just by looking at them. Brady or Mahomes? Who do you think would have better cars?
You gotta, come on, man. You gotta say Tom Brady. The guy's just like, just so flashy, but so contemporary, and then like, he's just dressed all the time like a professional businessman, man. I mean, the guy needs to. Let's see his car. So, he's got a Bugatti. I don't even know how to pronounce this Italian
Got a
name.
Bugatti Veyron, man. There's not a more expensive car right now.
This is a $1.7 million car.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, jeez. He's got a Rolls Royce Ghost, 400,000 K. He's got a limited edition TB12, I guess Tom Brady 12 Aston Martin Vanquish S Volante.
Oh
What the heck? Is that a car, or am I just talking about? Am I just saying something
He's
gibberish?
got a
Am I
nice
just
collection.
saying
He's
gibberish?
got a nice collection.
He's got a Ferrari M458. He's got an Aston Martin DB11. I mean, why you need so many cars, man?
I don't know, man.
Jesus.
He can't run to places fast. He needs a fast car to get there because he's not going to use his legs. Interestingly, Patrick Mahomes, I was actually surprised. He's not much of a car guy. in 2019 when he won the Pro Bowl MVP, Hyundai gave him a G70, and he drove that around for a long time until this past summer, where he bought his first like real supercar with his big check from his big contract, where he got himself the 2020 Ferrari Superfast, you know, an 812, which is an amazing car. That car cost $330,000.
Jeez.
And just 2 weeks ago, his wife, who's pregnant, you know, he wanted to get her a little, you know, an SUV, you know, now with the baby to get around. So, you know, to get groceries, and you know, he went and got her
Of course.
he went and got her a Lamborghini SUV. So, you know,
Man, look at that. You know, just to come in here to Woodmoor Market to get some refreshments for the Super Bowl, you know.
go to Costco and pick up diapers
Yeah, you know. Just like me, you know, when I drive my Ford Flex 2011, you know, I'm just, it's the same as flashiness, man. Come on,
you got it. But you know, speaking of wives, you know, that, since we're on the topic of wives, you know, let's talk about wives.
Yeah. You
So
got
Tom
a
Brady, I
disclaimer.
think-
You got a disclaimer there before you
I
start.
think Tom Brady has a wife that people know about, right?
Let me see. So, me. Giselle, how do you pronounce her name? Caroline?
Yeah, Carolyn.
Giselle. All I have to do is Giselle. So, hey, can you hit that button right there, please?
Oh yeah.
So, everyone knows, she's the Brazilian model for the, there you go. Cool? Boom. She's the Brazilian model for Victoria's Secret. So, she has an income of 30.5 million. His wife. And, you know, of course, if you haven't seen the picture of her, you just gotta look at her. She's just gorgeous. Well, Brittany Matthews is Patrick Mahomes' baby mama. She's a trainer, you know. And guess what is her income?
What?
It's Patrick Mahomes' allowance.
Oh yeah.
So, you know.
So I think there Giselle wins, right?
I think on this one we can give the points to the Tom Brady and Buccaneers.
Oh yeah. No, I like it, Manny. But you know what? I think we've come to that point where we got to talk about a few bets. What do you think?
Let's talk about the bets, man.
And
Let's
you know,
make it rain.
I want to get our public's opinion on these bets that we got coming up for the Super Bowl. So, you know, for the Super Bowl, you know, that's one of the fun things to do. All the different types of bets that you got going on, all the prop bets. You got the national anthem. How long is it going to be? The coin flip, the color of the Gatorade that's going to be showered on the coach that wins. And my favorite bet, which right now is plus 300, is whether or not during the game there's going to be a streaker on the field. So that right now, if
What
you
do
bet,
you mean? What do you mean? Someone just running into the field?
naked. He has to be running on the field. And he has to be naked. That's plus 300 right now.
Oh.
You can find that bet. I like the prop bet. I like the over on that one.
You like the over? Wow.
But you know the bet that I like a lot right now is actually the over under on the total. So right now they moved it to 56.5.
Okay.
Okay, I like the under on that one, and let me tell you why. We talked about the first meeting this season. That was 27-24. That came well under that point average. The last two Super Bowls have been under in the points total. And there's a bunch of other reasons why we expect this to be closer than people are thinking. Yes, there's going to be big plays. Yes, they got high potent offenses. But let's see. What can you tell me some of these? Let's see the Chiefs' defense. Yes, it's been disrespected all season. They haven't done much. But look what they did against the Bills. You had a running quarterback with an arm that they kept in check the entire game. You had Stephon Diggs, one of the best receivers in this year.
Yep.
Only held them to 3 catches. He didn't do much at all. Tampa Bay, we know, you talked about it, number 1 against the run. They've been consistent in terms of their defense. And the last, few games, Tampa Bay has allowed 23 points, 20 points, and 26 in their games against Washington, New Orleans, and Green Bay. New Orleans and Green Bay is what's interesting. You kept Drew Brees to 20 points. You kept Rodgers to 26.
Yep.
And they're only allowing about total 350 yards per game. So all this, there's also the other prop bet that they got going on right now is with Tom Brady, throwing less than 275 yards. That's the number, 275 for Tom Brady for this game. So all that really, points in the direction of under 56.5 for me. I think that one's the lock. That's the one that I'm going to put a few, chilinas on.
All right,
and see
all
what
right.
happens.
Then
I like that one.
there you go. You heard it here. Then follow this guy for the bet. All right, I got this one right here, man. This is gonna be a lock right here. So, who's gonna make the first turnover of the game? So, which team do you think will make the first turnover of the game?
Oh,
That's a good one right there.
I think it's going to be Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fumble.
A fumble
Just
from
running
Leonard
a fumble. All right. Coin toss. Heads or tails?
Oh, man, it's going to be heads.
That's gonna be heads. You know that it's been tails for the last 5 games in a row.
That's why they're due. Heads is due, man.
There you go. So let me ask here, my man Ramon. So who will score first?
The Chiefs
The Chiefs?
gonna be touchdown to Travis Kelce.
Oh. He's calling the touchdown. He's calling the player.
22 yards.
22 yards. Oh my God. You gotta put in these bets right there. So, and who will win the game?
Brady.
Brady.
Brady's going to win the
Not the
game.
Buccaneers, but Brady.
Buccaneers.
Yeah, Brady. Brady's Buccaneers. All right. So, the length of the national anthem, 120 seconds. That's the,
If it's a black person, I'm taking over. I'm taking over on the national anthem.
I like the bet. I'll take that bet. I love that bet. Yes. What about the halftime, the weekends? Is it gonna be the weekend for? Wait, I never heard.
We're talking
it.
about the halftime show, man.
Yeah, the halftime show now. I don't know like what the songs are. The Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears, Starboy.
I think it's going to be Blinding Lights.
No?
It's going to start.
He's gonna start that one. It's very interesting. Like all these bets, just crazy all over the place. But
No, I like it.
who will win the MVP of the Super Bowl? There you go. That's the one I like right there.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. So Tom Brady's gonna win.
If he wins,
Yeah.
he'll be
I think Tom Brady will definitely win his 10th Super Bowl. He'll win it at home, and he'll win the MVP. And it's just gonna be, legendary. Legend.
I love it. I didn't give the most important stat in my bet, which is in that game this season, they had 960 yards, Manny.
Wow.
Almost 1,000 yards combined, and they still didn't get past 50 points. So, there's going to be a lot of yards, a lot of big plays. It's going to be amazing, explosive, awesome, fun game. We got our beers to enjoy the game with.
Get your Kevin Durant for the Buccaneers. Look at this, Kevin Durant. He always joins the best teams.
Hey,
There you go, Kevin Durant beer.
I got the cheetah. I got the cheetah beer.
Cheetah beer. And for other beers, you can always come to the Woodmoor Market here and get your refreshments and get ready and prepare for the game. Right here, as you can see behind us, all kinds of stuff in here. You're definitely finding here what you are looking for, mi gente. So this has been fun, man.
A lot of fun, man.
Let's do it again.
Absolutely.
Let's keep climbing the ladder.
It's been a pleasure, Papa.
It's
Enjoy
been
the
a pleasure.
game.
All right, everyone out there, thank you very much for coming in here and saying hi. And, for Fantasy Deporte, el JP y el Manny, disfrute su Super Bowl.
Fantasy Deporte, escucha. Manda Fantasy Deporte. Fantasy Deporte, escucha.
Me siento siento listo para escuchar, para reír,